This video is about us. Yes, it's time for us to have this conversation. But before we do, y'all know that Joy Reid got fired. Yeah, the Read Out show is no longer on air. But the memes, they are live.
Joy Reid, and this is my last show. MSNBC decided to cancel it because they don't realize how much my show has to offer. Like, how will white people know how racist and misogynist they are if I don't tell them every day? Anyway, joining me is another victim of oppression, Don Lemon.
Thanks, Joy. I don't know what you're upset about. There's no way you're as oppressed as I am. After all, I'm black and gay. According to the hierarchy, I'm one tier more oppressed than you.
Don, that's ridiculous. Obviously, I'm more oppressed than you because I'm black and have a minky in my pants. You're black and gay, but you're a man. And being a man canceled out the gay.
I didn't realize I was talking to Jim Crow. Being black and gay makes me way more oppressed than you.
But you don't have a minky in your pants. Man, I wish there was some way we could settle this.
Oh, what is happening? Where are we? Who abducts a black and gay man? What is this? Jim Crow teleporting? I brought you here. I'm Cynthia Brevo. I'll vote to dispute about who's more oppressed. As you know, I was recently chosen to be Jesus because I'm black and gay, so I have the power to determine who's more of a victim. As you know, the oppression tier list was discovered by Rosa Parks. She wasn't as oppressed of any of us, but this is how we determine who's the most oppressed.
So who's more oppressed?
I'm getting to that. According to the tier list, I'm at the top because I'm black and gay and have a minky in my pants. Joy, you're here on level 2 because although you're just black, you do have a minky. Don, you're closer to the bottom. You may be black and gay, but you're a man and that cancels out a gay. This is outrageous. You're just saying that because you're homophobic. I didn't realize we were looking at the Jim Crow oppression tier list. It doesn't really matter. You're both equally obnoxious.
The fact that Don Lemon has to keep saying Jim Crow this, Jim Crow that. Yes, man. We have to talk about these black leaders that the left wing or the left has been trying to swing down our brains. I was going to say something else, but this is a new era in life. And yet I just don't understand how they don't understand why we're so far disconnected from the rhetoric that they're preaching. We're so tired of this victim mindset. OK, we're tired of y'all telling us that we're not capable of doing what you're doing because of our skin color. Come on now, man. But the fact that he kept saying Jim Crow to everything, that was hilarious. We got some comments locked in with Zaza says, this is iconic. Definitely. I didn't realize I was talking to Jim Crow. I promise they got Don Lemon down to the T. Y'all got to see this video right here, though. This black woman had her awakening. She said she voted Democrats her whole life, and they never did anything that they promised. But once she voted for Donald Trump for the first time, this is what happened.
I voted for Democrats my whole life. They never did anything they promised. They would come to the black church and sing some Negro spirituals with us and then disappear, peer. Once they got our vote, they never did anything they promised.
Mm-hmm.
I vote for a Republican once in my life, and this dude done did everything he promised on steroids. He ain't even been in office 2 months, and everything I voted for, I'm getting. It's amazing. Do he sleep? Like this dude, if he sleeps, he wake up on a mission to do what Nakia voted for. He said, Nakia want me to fix that border. I'm on it. Nakia want to make sure them tax dollars is being spent for Americans more than anybody else. I'm on it. Like this dude wakes up. I feel like with me in mind, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he be thinking about me. Mm-hmm. It's like being at the casino. You put in that Democrat coin, you put it in and you pull the thing and no, you gonna win. You gonna win. Nothing. You put in another Democrat coin and you pull the thing and
nothing.
You didn't win. You put in that Republican coin. I put in a Republican coin for the first time. Pull the ding. I freaking won. Wow. So you know what that tells me?
What's that telling you?
That tells me to never vote for Democrats again in life. Ever. Because you're not going to win with them. I voted for a Republican once. and hit the jackpot, honey. I will continue to do that again and again
and again and again. I'm telling y'all, man, the Democrats, they lost real big right now, especially in the black community, for sure. Don't get it twisted, though. There's a great deal of us who still, for whatever reason, refuse to see past the Democrat plot. I'm just calling it like I see it, man. We are horrible at we're so blindly loyal to just being black that we okay with the paradoxes and okay with the how do I say, the actual conflicts of interest for us. We vote against us every single time just because of the fear mongering, the Joy Reids, the Don Lemons, fear mongering us every single day, all day, talking about how we're oppressed and we can't do this and we can't do that, and how the Republicans are after you and all this other stuff, and how Orange Man bad and how he doesn't have your best interests at heart, and how these are all the reasons why you shouldn't vote for him. Then you finally go, you know what? I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of y'all doing this fear mongering. Let me just go ahead and go over here and vote for him. Then you vote for him and you get everything and more. Y'all ain't getting them back, man. I'm telling y'all now, I ain't coming back. I ain't going back on that plantation. All right. And then somebody posted this. He promised removing income tax, mass deportation, lower gas prices, lower food, lower rent, lower taxes. None of these have been done. Trump literally fulfilled no promise so far. The cap. The big cap. The big cap. And I mean the bullet points that he decided to use. Come on, mass deportation, dog. Come on. You don't see that? You don't see that happening? Lower gas prices, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how much he impacted it, but my gas prices over here a little lower. I'm just saying. Now, sidebar. Talking about the demise of us as a black community right now, and how we need new leaders, man, or I don't even think we need new leaders. We just have to stop picking and choosing whom we decide we want to be our leader based on them catering to our emotions and our feelings. That's why you have the Al Sharptons and things of that nature, which we're going to get into. A pastor completely obliterated Al Sharpton. But before we get into that, this guy right here, the 1776, posted Roland Martin needs to be called out for trying to divide. Leftist greatest fear is when black and white Americans unite. That's why that's why he took a beautiful moment, Americans at the White House with President Trump, and trashed it, calling them the help.
Yo, Roland, man, I got a question for you, man. What's your fucking problem, dog? Like, what is wrong with you, man? Like, do you like dividing folks? Is that your sole purpose? Is this to keep black Americans and white Americans apart? Like, you literally took a picture, something beautiful, something awesome, when you had Americans at the White House with Donald Trump, and you literally had the nerve to post and say that they are for the fucking help. What is your problem, dog? Like, bro, like, literally, man, just retire, bro. Resign. Because you are literally destroying or trying to destroy the progress that Americans are trying to make. True progress is unification in this country. And you're not trying to unify this country. You are part of the problem. You are trying to divide us. We are over this shit. We're over identity politics. We're over race politics.
Yes.
We're done, bro. Bro, leave us alone. Roland Martin, leave us the fucking alone, dog. Leave us alone. We are trying to unify. White folks and black folks unite. Call this motherfucker out, man. He's a piece of shit.
Amen to that. I don't like Roland Martin. I'm gonna just say it like that now. I'm not the type. Well, I don't. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and think about what you're gonna say before you say it. As y'all see, I just did. I'm not a fan of Roland Martin at all. I just don't like what he represents for the black community. I don't like the fact that his only way of trying to combat facts. The only thing that he does all day is just he combats facts in use these divisive tactics all day on the show, just black, white, black this, black that, black this, black that, and always a victim from a victim complex. Always insulting somebody just for attempting to think for themselves. That's it. I remember when he had that black kid, King Randall actually, started a school for the black youth, and he quite literally grilled this young man about it. Didn't congratulate him, didn't say, hey, you're doing a good job. These aren't people that are leading us as a culture forward. These people are literally holding us back, trying to tell you that, yo, you got to think like a victim all day, every single day. And this is what the Democrats, this is what they banked on. They banked on that ignorance. They banked on that those emotional triggers that the likes of Roland Martin, the likes of Joy Reeves, the Don Lemons, that they contribute to. Because guess what? They make everything about race that has nothing to do with race. Somebody said things were going really well in America, and then Obama came into office. And all we know, and we all know what happened after that. I don't know why people are so obsessed with skin color. Every American has the same opportunities, but some people are just too lazy to do anything about it. Amen to that. Now, I want y'all to listen to this pastor. He went in. He went in on Al Sharpton. Unfortunately, I can't scroll this video up and down, so we just kind of got to deal with where's that.
On Thursday night, I mentioned the first wolf, which is Reverend Al Sharpton. A wolf if there's never been a wolf before. Used to be a big wolf. Now he's a modernly slim wolf. But still a wolf. He's going around leading a buy-in at Costco. Gave 100 people $25 to go buy items at Costco. The same Reverend Al Sharpton who received $500,000 from the Kamala Harris campaign to give Kamala Harris a softball interview. And there's nothing wrong with being compensated for doing media. But there is a conflict of interest if you are doing an interview and you don't tell people that you're being paid to do the interview.
Amen to that.
He's a wolf. He's leading a buy-in at Costco because of the DEI conversation. There are lies saying now that blacks will no longer have protections under the law and they're getting rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. You can't do so unless you have support from the House, the Senate, and then the president. There are checks and balances that must be meted out. Amen, somebody.
Amen.
Well, what is going on, we're trying to rewire and position some of the mess that President Barack Obama got us in when he expanded the LBJ executive order that was drafted in 1965. He made it acceptable for transgenders and people who practice sexually deviant behaviors to receive not civil rights, but to be codified in an area where they have special rights. And so what we're doing now is trying to make sure that when you go to work, and if you're a business owner, you don't hire somebody who shows up Monday as a man. But by Friday, he's a full-blown woman.
Like,
and you got to sit there and watch that tranny mess up your business. And if you fire him, you'll be sued. That's what's going on. We're trying to make sure that books like this, a book entitled Worm Loves Worm, which teaches kids about same-sex marriage. We're trying to make sure that our kids don't get mentally raped and sodomized in their mind. But instead, too many black folk are on this campaign that we're losing our rights. We're not losing our rights. Matter of fact, we don't appreciate the rights that we do have. We have a right to be born. And we don't appreciate that right. That's why since 1973, 20 million of us are missing. And when you listen to the black preacher, both male and female, I would think that the black evangelists and the black missionary and the black prophetess who travels all around the country merchandising, I would think that those who merchandise the church would at least defend the honor and the sanctity of femininity, since they are a woman themselves. But during the past election, you couldn't pay a black female preacher to talk about the fact that children are being corrupted and destroyed in the room. I'm right.
This guy, I mean, I don't know this pastor's name. I was looking for it. Oh well, let me click on this live real quick. See if it'll pop up on here. Let me see. Cause I want to be able to get his name. This is on the Black Alpha Network on YouTube. That's the most I know so far. The Black Alpha Network on YouTube, everybody. Oh. So listen, man. As the black community, man, we gotta do better at vetting these leaders. I will say this too, just because I agree with this pastor doesn't mean that I agree with politics being put in the church. You gotta be fair across the board now. The same way I didn't like that pastor bringing in politics when he was introducing propaganda about Donald Trump is the same way that I'm just like, we should just leave politics where politics is at. Now, I did agree with what he was saying. I didn't feel like he was misleading. He wasn't doing any misleading in any kind of way. But at the same time, like, we just got to keep everything across the board. Al Sharpton, these quote unquote leaders, man, gotta go, bro. I don't know who this pastor is, though. I'm looking for his name on YouTube. I'm looking for his name. What he says, not enough of these types, unfortunately, and hopefully he's calling out for righteousness and not because he wants to take his place. There's always going to be judgments when it comes to religion and stuff like that. So I guess I'll get out of this comment section and just say, look, we got to start being encouraged to think for ourselves, despite having a groupthink mindset around us. Trust me, it's been hard for me too. It has. You're in a room full of everybody who think like that, and you know as soon as you open your mouth because you think like this. But I'm telling you, man, so much freer just being able to be honest with yourself and also be able to use your common sense and realize that what you're seeing is what you're seeing, and what you're seeing, and what you're seeing is what you're seeing versus what they're telling you to see. At the end of the day, we got rid of Don Lemons. You see the Sheen, he ain't been able to stick around. CNN got rid of him. You got rid of the race beta Joy Reid. It's only going to continue to happen, in my opinion. They need to stop pushing this stupid narrative. You know, we're so oppressed. Spilling all that nonsense for millions a year, man. They get paid to sell us our own self-destruction. You heard that woman, man. She ain't never going back. I'm so happy I made it off that Democrat plantation.